Alrighty, are we live? I said, are we live? Are we live in his house today? Are we live? We are live, so let's get it.
Yo, this is DERRICK. Coming at you something a little different, because I always got something different, you know what I'm saying? Everything I do is something different. Can you feel that bass line? Yo, this is not some big justice. It's a little deal. Legal substance. If I catch it, I'm rubbing you out, taking you out. Let there be no doubt. I'm using it to clean up the street. One block at a time. Someone's got to do it. When I me, when I you, I'm out to rescue the next generation. Celebrating, celebrating, right from wrong. If you don't belong, I'm running on your caucus like a parade, cascading shots in all directions. I will best of a low protection, so it's not the check. I'm aiming for, I'm going to war. I told you to not the feature. The words are what we do now. The colors what I kids will imitate. Whether they show love or hate, so for their sake, you criminals have a decision to make. 2 shots and you're dead, or 1 shot, point blank to your head. How do you want it? How do you want it? 2 shots and you're dead, or 1 shot, point blank to your head. How do you want it? 2 shots and you're dead, or 1 shot, point blank to your head. How do you want it? I'll let you decide. That you got with pride, step to the front, brother. Get the black breath ready for your mama. Get spiked out of hope you can't get this pick up. This is the end of the road. It's not able to go, but let I steal. I doesn't feel the nail in front of a clock barrel. I got me put your name in the grave. You got one way trip to the grave. 2 shots and you're dead, or 1 shot, point back to your head.
Tell me, son.
How do you want it?
Hey.
How do you want it? Select the man given a number when he must pass.
Nothing lasts forever. How do you want it?
In between your lips, in between your hips.
Yo, I love this.
You've been dissing me for years.
Hey, your kids get to see you die right in front of their house.
Say your mouth on rock. They kids on slide. Don't rely on you anyway. You make baby sport. Let's keep on the child support. You've been pushing back over your people instead of blasting you. Ought to pay you on the church steeple. Make a point.
I annoyed myself.
As an executioner, get the undertaker.
It's time you meet your maker, yo.
Yo, all it takes is
2 shots,
dead.
or 1 shot.
Point blank to the head.
How do you want it? Hey, Liz.
How do you want it?
How do you want it? 2 shots and you're dead, or 1 shot, point blank to the head. How do you want it? How do you want it? When you run from the cops in America today, black man, you want 1 shot to the back, or you want 2 to the back?
Yeah, man.
That's what we're gonna talk about today.
I say what I was gonna say. And deep down, we all know it's a little vigilante in all of us. We know what's wrong with the world.
Maybe us black men
But it's up to us. I just
should get a bulletproof vest just to wear on the back.
off on the next generation. We are all people.
Cause when the taser don't work,
If you take care of
just shoot him in the back.
your house,
I ain't touching
we
them.
all do that. This world will be a lot safer place to live. I'm out. From DERRICK. The one man show.
Come on and hold me tight. But all you wanna do is fuss, cuss, argue, and fight. See, y'all ain't right. All I wanna do is hold you tight. But all you wanna do is fuss, cuss, argue, and fight. See, I can't help you out with that. But check this out. Take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. You other YouTubers, y'all straight greasy. Your whack beef video sound cheesy. Please, somebody release me. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. I ain't stressing. I'm here to teach a lesson. I ain't stressing. I'm here to teach a lesson. I ain't stressing. I'm here to teach a lesson. Keeping you other YouTubers out there guessing. So take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. You other YouTubers, y'all straight greasy. Your whack beef video sound cheesy. Please, somebody call Jeezy. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. Oh, hey, don't turn off the light. Turn on the light. Bring my beat back. Oh, me time. Hey, don't turn off the light. Don't turn off the light. But take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. You other YouTubers, y'all straight greasy. Your whack beef video sound cheesy. Please, somebody release me. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. Oh, me time. Hey, don't turn off the light. Don't turn off the light, but take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the Minister Brother Derrick Show. Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to the show. Let me pull the chat up here. Let's see who's here. All right, we got Liz in the house. We got Naya. They both say Happy Sunday. Naya said the Wendy's was burned down. It was black owned from what I read. Liz said, hey, Naya. Liz says, yes, Naya, it went up in flames. Naya said, hey, Liz. She said, oh, my, Liz. Says, suppose they'll need to rebuild it. Well, Liz sent us a story yesterday. Liz sent me the story today. Now, some people are going to say, well, I understand now he was shot. I'm here to tell you, don't buy that load of hogwash, okay? Lazy policing. It's not going to change. It's called lazy policing. I got the body cam footage. Of course, they ain't going to show you the shooting part. But you'll see in this video, the police officers had the opportunity to escort this man home and secure the vehicle. They didn't want to do that. They wanted an arrest. Now, the man fell asleep in the vehicle. They woke him up. The man drove over, parked the car, got out, and talked to them. We're going to see this. Several times the man says, my sister lives right over there. Can we secure the car, lock the car up, and let me go over there and sleep it off? Now, we know if he would have been white, they would have said, sure, and we'll drive you there. You know this, but these cops, they wanted an arrest. They wanted to arrest this man. They escalated this situation. Now, if the man made it to the Wendy's and made it to the drive-thru line, fell asleep, they called the police woke him up. He drove the car over there and parked it and got out of it. He couldn't have been that messed up. If the object was safety of the people on the road, the man is not on the road. The man actually was asleep. Wendy's called you to get him out their drive-thru line. They didn't call you to come arrest the man. They didn't call you to come shoot the man multiple times in the back. They just wanted his car out of the drive-thru line. But that's not what happened in this case. That's not what happened. We're going to see the video, and I want you yourself to count the mistakes that the officers made. And while you're watching the video, keep this in mind. As much as they trying to snow this man know that they're going to arrest him, and the cops know they're going to arrest him. They're just looking for the excuse. The excuse this time was the breathalyzer. But here's the problem. The man wasn't observed swerving up and down the street. I'm sure when the man pulled over and parked the car, because he didn't try to drive nowhere. If he tried to drive somewhere, yeah, we got to get him off the road. He pulled back over, got out the car and said, hey, what's going on? So this man was not a threat to the people on the roadway. So he was able to logically talk to the officers. Here's the problem. The officers didn't want to talk. They wanted to arrest him. Now, why couldn't they let this man go? Because they didn't catch him driving. The only time he drove was from there to get out the line. So he wasn't on the road driving. He was on Wendy's private property. He was not on the public road driving. So you can't get him with a DUI. If you tell him to move the car and he move it, because you could have told him to get out the car then. And y'all could have moved the car. But no, you told him to move the car, so you can't. You can't lock him up from following your order. Because if you thought he was drunk, you should have got him out the car then. But no, you allowed him to get in the car, allowed him to go park it. And then you should have said, where can we take you? Can we call you a cab? Because you're not driving. You could have even took the man's keys, made him come down to the police station the next day to pick him up. Well, what if he had another set of keys? Well, you don't take him home. He said he wanted to go to his sister's house. He ain't got no set of keys at his sister's house. You could have dropped him off there. And everybody would have been about their business. But no, that took work. And lazy police officers don't want to put the work in. But I bet you they've been white. Oh, let me take you home, Miss Ann. Miss Becky Sue, let me drop you off at your door. And make sure you get home safely. But as a black man, he ain't getting in my car. Not unless he handcuffed in the back seat. This was such an easy case. And the police escalated this. Yeah, that is odd. They allowed him to move the vehicle. So he's good enough to move the vehicle out the drive-through line. But you're so afraid that if you drop him off somewhere, he's going to come back and get the vehicle. Why not impound the vehicle then? But no, you want to get the DUI. We came all the way out here, got done it. We going to get an arrest. And they wanted the arrest. They didn't want to let this man go. That is allowing him to operate the vehicle under the influence. If you got a problem with people drunk driving, then catch him on the road. Because obviously he made it to the Wendy's and got in that line and you didn't catch him. Then you're going to have him move the car. I thought it was the funniest thing that when I started watching the video, I expected to see them in the drive-thru line. The dude is getting out the car. So if he's so drunk and so messed up, why would you allow him to drive, period? This is what I'm saying. Naya said, yes, BD, one case, I will post a video link if I can find it. Showed an officer on the side of the roadway drunk driving. And she said they treated him like a diplomat. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to tell you something. The officer knew that they were going to lock him up. And the guy knew it. And you'll see him trying to make any kind of deal. They ain't having it. So let's watch the video link. And then we'll get to it. It's a daggone shame there's only 4 people here. But this is the reason why things don't change. We just say whatever. All right, y'all can say it.
I can't blame nothing on her. It was my decision. I said,
look at the car park, nice.
If she can't get her order together, and I'm not feeling tight right now, I should park right here. Go to sleep. I'm not feeling, I'm just not feeling right.
What do you mean you're not feeling right? Do you think maybe that you had too much to drink and you realized that you shouldn't drive, so you parked?
I mean,
would that be accurate to say?
Yes, sir. Mr. Ross, yes.
All right, so your girlfriend dropped you off, got in the car, I'm back down, and you're like, damn, I'm too drunk to drive. And so you pull back into the parking spot.
I call her like, babe.
Is that accurate?
It's a couple of moments I got on the phone with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, hey, damn, you want number 1 or number 2 or? But she's like,
would you agree?
You take care of that. You're a man. You figure out what we're going to eat tonight.
All right, let's move past that. Would you agree that you've had too much to drink to drive?
I can focus, Mr. Ross. I can focus.
Would you agree that you've had too much to drink to drive?
I haven't had, to the point where I can't focus.
Okay.
I was a little tired of head on the day because we just came from North Carolina.
Think that you're safe to operate a vehicle?
Absolutely, Mr. Ross.
And how much you had to drink?
I had 1.5 margaritas, Mr. Ross.
Do y'all notice? He keep hammering. Trying to get the man to admit that he shouldn't be driving. Then impound the car. Impound the car. Sir, I feel that you are not safe to drive this car. Give me your car keys. Go ahead and walk to your sister's house or I'll take you there. Car's going to be impounded. You can pick it up tomorrow at the impound lot. This man will still be alive. So give me your keys. We'll leave the car right here. If I see the car ain't there, I'm coming to get you. I'm going to come by this lot several times, and if I see this car move, I'm coming to get you. They could have left an officer, had an officer check the lot several times to make sure the car don't move. This is what they do with the white folk. But it ain't about the car. This man wanted an arrest.
Yes, sir. Margaritas. Yes. Have you had anything else today? Any other type of drink? No, sir. You haven't had any daiquiri? I haven't had no daiquiri. I had one small cup of margarita, but I'm up now. Y'all got me up with this. Gotcha. I'm up now. I got it. Hey, will you take a preliminary blood test for me? What's that? It's a little handheld machine. I have you blow into it, and that lets me know if you're positive or negative for the presence of alcohol in your breath. I've been drinking. Okay.
Why is that necessary? The car is parked. The man is not in it. You have to be in the car, key in the ignition, turned on, and you have to have an intent to go somewhere. Because I'm trying to understand, the first time they said that he was in the drive-through line. But now we see him over here sitting. Did he drive the car for the drive-through line over there? Because I find it strange, the police cars are by this car. And then let me pull the chat up. Look at the chat. Somebody explain something. Hey Liz, can you put that link in the chat? You said he was in his car. There's a video of them knocking on his window. Why you didn't give us that, girl? So he was in the car and they knocking on the window. The first reports I got said that he was in the drive-through line. He was holding it up. If he parked over there on the side asleep, why would Wendy's call the police? I'm confused. I thought they said he was blocking traffic. Something ain't making sense. Where was he parked at when they got there? If you are in the car and you know that you are intoxicated and you go to sleep, that's a good thing. We don't want you out there driving drunk. You might kill somebody. But if you already pulled over and you sleeping, what's the purpose of the police waking them up? I'm asking. We don't want the man on the road driving drunk. If he pull over and sleep it off, that's what you want. So that when he do wake up, he'll be able to safely operate the vehicle. But you go wake the man up, and you decide, I'm going to get a drunk driving charge when you didn't catch the man in the act of drunk driving. This is a case where you could have took the man's keys, and you could have made him come get the keys the next day. Then if you were still intent on getting them for drunk driving, you would already have them in the police station. But no, that requires too much sense, right? Naya said he was in the car until he pulled into the parking lot himself. So did he do that before the police came or after the police came? When the police came, was he in the parking spot? Because if he was in the parking spot before they got there, they can't do nothing to him. He's not committing a crime. Now, Wendy's can say, we don't want him on the parking lot. Then that's a trespass. But what harm is he doing parked over there on the side, taking a nap? What's the harm in that? Naya said they really should use. Naya said they can charge you even if you are in the passenger seat. But the point is, where is the charge? They gotta prove he did something. They don't. I observed him driving down the road, going side to side. You don't have that. You can't stick him with that charge. If the man is intoxicated and he's waiting in the drive-through line and he got there fine without hitting nothing, he's gonna be better than he was before he got there because he went to sleep, right? He's gonna be better than he was because he had slept some of the alcohol off. So now he drives and he parked pretty good to me. He's in between the lines. That's a pretty good park job. Wait a minute. Did you send a new one? What's it? Yeah, she did. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's send a new link. Hold on. We'll get back to that. Let's send a new link. Let's check it out. All right, here we go. Let me see y'all can see it.
So can you tell me what happened before we got here? What kind of drinks did you have?
I'm not sure. It's something she ordered. She said top shelf or whatever.
Top shelf what?
I'm not sure. It was, like I said, it was her birthday, and
You had about 1.5 drinks, but you don't remember what kind of drinks they were?
no, sir.
All right.
I really don't understand.
All right. I think you've had too much to drink to be driving. Put your hands behind your back for me. Put your hands behind your back.
They ain't got a real taser. That's a stun gun. Where the taser at? Now they use the real taser. As part of my what's to say, bro.
Did he hit you with it? Just give me the pure basics of how to run it. I was called to do a DUI investigation. Okay, so there's only 3 officers on the inside. Yeah. Develop probable cause to arrest the suspect for DUI. He resisted arrest and he gained control of the other officer's taser and started running. As I pursued him, he turned and started firing the taser at me. Okay.
You good, yeah?
Yeah. Still got the adrenaline pumping.
You all right?
I'm okay.
All right. This video is different than the first video, the first 2 videos that Liz gave me, but it's worse. This video is worse. Now, it makes the man look more culpable, but I need you to understand something that's going to blow this whole case wide open. Y'all can watch my videos on self-defense where I explain the difference between a stun gun and a taser. And that a taser is a stun gun. But what makes it a taser is the cartridge attachment, right? Now, y'all see him using the stun gun on him. And like I told you, a stun gun is pain compliance, meaning that it puts you in pain and makes you stop. Like when you slap a child on the hand when it's touching something, you use pain to make them stop touching something, right? If they don't feel it, they're going to keep doing what they're doing, right? So then you had to hit them harder. Real taser has the cartridges, and the electrodes go into your body, and they make your muscles shut down. You can't control them. He got the taser that they were tasing him, and it wasn't stopping him from fighting. So if he is armed and firing the taser, you have to have the taser on the person's skin, body to body contact. Him being 20 feet, 30 feet away from him, that taser can't do nothing. So why the hell would you shoot that man? Somebody talk to me, please. Anybody want to talk to me? Anybody want to talk to me? Naya says he states, I think you had too much to drink. Too much drink to be driving in that case. Asked for his keys, tow the car away, and offered to transport him home. Or transport him to jail for a night of drinking tank with the others. Right, Naya. They so intent on getting an arrest. But they shot that man for what? He didn't have a gun. He had a stun gun. The stun gun didn't do nothing to him. That's why he was able to keep struggling. But he wound up with the stun gun. That shows you how weak it was, that he was able to take it from the officer while grappling with two of them. One of them was getting thrown around like a rag doll. But my point is, when he turned around and fired that, well, he was firing a stun gun. A stun gun needs to be on you, for you to feel it. Look at him doing that due to an officer that's chasing him. I'm asking the question. If they had to use the real taser instead of the stun gun part, they would have had a better outcome. Of course, he got violent. You put that daggone stun gun on him, it hurts. But it didn't debilitate him. You'd have put the taser on there, he wouldn't have been able to control his actions. And by the time they used the taser, he was so amped up that he was able to resist it. They shot that man for nothing. He turned around and he aimed. He kept saying taser. At that point, it was a stun gun. Let's rewind it back. Let's rewind it back.
Yes or no? It's completely up to you. Okay, just wait here while I grab. What kind of drinks did you have?
I'm not sure. It's something she ordered. She said top shelf or whatever.
Top shelf what?
I'm not sure. It was, like I said, it was her birthday. No, sir.
All right.
I really don't know.
All right. I think you've had too much to drink to be driving. So put your hands on your back for me. Put your hands on your back.
Hey, stop fighting. Stop fighting. You're gonna get told.
Now see, he using that as a stun gun. And you see him putting it on his leg. He don't know what he's doing. Because if you watch my videos, where are the target areas? The target areas are the sides and the upper hip. That's where the target areas are. From the bottom of the breastplate on the sides down to the upper thigh area. He's trying to do it on his shin. That's why he's not getting the effects. That's not the area. So they already messing up. These people are not trained properly. And this is why I say we need to revamp the police system. He doesn't know how to use a stun gun. Why would you call taser but not use a taser? You use the stun gun part. Remember, a taser is a stun gun first. You put the cartridge on there, and then when you deploy it, it sends out the wires, and the wires go into your system. You've never seen nobody get tased down in their daggone shins. Nobody got tased in the daggone ankles. But he's trying to use the stun gun. You have to hold it there, and you see him holding it there. So why does him aiming a taser at a cop make him think he should shoot him when he know that taser can't do nothing? You have to be on him. Let's look at this again. Right there, pause it. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's putting it on him. So if he's 20, 30 feet away from you, how can he hurt you? So let's watch this again. And I want y'all to say it.
Hey, stop fighting. You're gonna get told. Stop, man. Stop. You're gonna get tied. This will run. That's all.
He not only now he got the taser now. He hit him with a, finally hit him with a real taser. It's too late now, he's too amped up. All right, here's another problem I got. Run it back in. Now he had the real taser on him. How do they know that he was actually trying to aim that at them and that it wasn't an involuntary response? And even when he down, he's still holding it. Look at when he went down. When he went down, he was still lighting it. And go back. He got the taser. Yeah, he did hit the officer in the arm with the taser. That was more than one shot now. Now, I'm going to say it, and God done it. Debate me if you want. Let me pull the chat up. Debate me if you want. That officer shot him because he hit him, he touched him in the hand with the taser. That's why the officer shot him. That man needed to be brought up on arrest charges. It's okay for you to tase somebody, but somebody take it from you and just give you a second of it, and now you mad and you want to kill somebody. And tase me, I'm going to kill him. If he tased you, and you just irritated, you ain't mad, you ain't down, what would that man gonna do with a taser when y'all got guns? That cop was pissed off because he already got ragdolled. He took a taser from him. Then he hit him with his own taser and got away. That man shot him on purpose. Now, I'll listen to anybody that wants to say something. Talk to me. That cop need to be brought up on first-degree murder charges. Going to tase me with my own taser? Oh, hell no. Back, back, back. I'll listen. Anybody got any comments? I'll listen. I'll listen. Anybody got a comment? Naya, you have to understand. The guy didn't have a taser. It was a stun gun. Wait a minute, Liz said, see if the other officer is running behind. All right, let's go back. Go back and watch it again. Now he hit him with the taser. And that officer was hurt. You see him limping up there? He limped up there. Watch the officer on the left hand, right hand side of the screen. He limped up there. This making the police look real bad. I mean, the police are looking really bad in this video. I'm sorry to say. They really look bad. Now you see that guy taser is still attacked. See that? He's using it. Now he got the taser. And you see he hit him in the hand. That is the other cop. Which one fired? And then, oops. Who fired? Wait a minute, I might have been incorrect. Okay, he's chasing him. Now, I'm trying to see did the other officer shoot or just the one. No matter how I look at it, I can't find one. I can't make it make sense. Now you can get a taser in any color. Let me show y'all maybe y'all forgot the difference. Let me see if we can find a difference here. Can y'all see the screen? Wait a minute, let me make sure y'all can see it. All right, stun gun versus taser. What's the difference and which one should you get? Many people like to use the term stun gun and taser interchangeably. However, these are two distinct types of self-defense products, and it's worth knowing their differences. One of the biggest differences between the two items is range. With a stun gun, you have to be right next to your target. This is opposed to a taser, which can allow more distance. What is a stun gun? A stun gun is a self-defense device that uses high voltage in order to impair a target. When you touch a person with the device's electrical prongs, you will immediately immobilize that person. Due to the stun gun's very low amperage, you won't be inflicting any permanent or serious injury to them. A stun gun works by attacking the target's nervous system. It unloads energy straight to the muscles at a high pulse frequency. This kind of reaction will make a person's muscles work very quickly, but not properly. In a matter of seconds, the target's blood sugar will be depleted as it's turned into lactic acid. The loss of energy from this will mean the target will have a very tough time functioning or moving at all. Also, during this process, the neurological impulses that are in charge of muscle movement will be interrupted. What all this means is that when your target makes contact with the stun gun prongs, they will become disorientated and even lose their balance. This should give you a few solid minutes to get safely away from the situation. It's important to point out that a stun gun is a direct contact weapon. You need to be holding your stun gun and press it directly against the skin of your target in order for it to be effective. Experts generally recommend simply pressing the prongs against your target for half a second will be enough to startle them. If your attacker appears disoriented, then you should use that opportunity to leave immediately. If you hold a stun gun against your attacker for 1 or 2 seconds, they will enter a dazed mental state and their muscles will spasm. Hold it against them for more than 3 seconds and they should lose their balance and become completely disorientated. However, 3 seconds can feel like a long time during a physical struggle. You should only hold the stun gun against your attacker until you feel you're safe to run away. Also, it's worth noting that you will not feel the effects of the stun gun when used against your attacker. The effect is localized only to the part where contact is made. So if your attacker is holding you or you're both standing in water, you won't get stunned. What is a taser? Many people don't realize this, but taser is actually a brand. Similar to you might refer to an adhesive bandage as a Band-Aid. As we said earlier, the main difference between a stun gun and a taser device is the distance you need between you and the attacker. With a stun gun, you need to be right next to your attacker. With a taser, you can be up to 15 feet away. Why does a taser allow you to have more distance? A taser resembles more of an actual gun than a stun gun. It is even barrel-shaped and comes with a trigger. When you pull on a taser trigger, it will shoot out electric probes. These probes are attached to your device with wires. These probes are extremely powerful. They are designed to be able to break through clothing after making contact. When a taser's probes make contact with a target, the device then delivers a powerful electric shock to the target. The electric shock affects the muscles of your target. This will stop them from moving correctly. It is also a very painful feeling, as you might be able to imagine. This is going to stop your attacker and bring them crashing to the ground. They're so effective that many police officers use them too. Another big difference between stun guns and tasers are how easy they are to use. Many people find tasers easier because it's comfortable to hold them and they can stay at a safe distance from their attacker. However, you only get one chance with a taser. With a stun gun, you can keep trying if you miss the first time. There's also the case of legality. Tasers and stun guns are illegal for citizens in every state. You have to also consider the price. A taser will always be much more expensive than a stun gun. But when it comes to your own safety, price is just one of the factors worth considering. When it comes to stun gun versus taser, which one should you get? When it comes to the stun gun versus taser debate, there's a lot of different factors to consider. If you don't feel like someone's going to be able to aim when you're under pressure, then a stun gun might be a better option. But if you don't like the idea of having to get up close and personal with your attacker in order to subdue them, you might want to go with a taser. Do y'all understand the difference now? Do y'all understand the difference? And put chat up. Well, the officer that didn't get his taser out, he actually had a cartridge on that. When the officer was trying to do his shin, the other officer, he just had a stun gun. It was a taser, but without the cartridge on it to deploy the prongs with the wires. Without that, it's just a stun gun. You can go on eBay and get a stun gun for $8. But a taser you can't get for less than $400. Right, Naya. Naya says she has a stun gun as you place on the subject's skin. So if a person is running away from you and they're not near you, how can they hurt you? I'm answering the question. Now, the second officer got hurt in the struggle. Because you see him limping. Yeah. He got hurt in the struggle. I thought that he fired the shots. But it looked like the other officer fired the shots. Because he fired the whole time they ran. He had the real taser in the guy. The guy couldn't control his muscle movements. So you can't say for sure that he was aiming at the guy. He couldn't control his muscle movements. All he knew was just to run. But he's constantly tasing him. When somebody get tased, they go all over the place. If he hand went back and he pressed the button, he can't do nothing to you. There was no taser cartridge on the end of that taser, so it became a stun gun. The officer that was on the ground who got it took from him, he was trying to use it on the guy's shin or the back of his leg, whatever you want to call that. That's not one of the areas. So he was using it wrong. So he's not trained properly. He did not have a cartridge. What's the purpose of carrying it and spending all that money and you ain't got a cartridge? You could have done the same thing with a $10 stun gun. Because basically all he had was a fancy stun gun. You have to be next to somebody. You have to be arms, you have to be able to put your hands on that skin in order for them to feel it. Now, the guy was on alcohol, and the guy was amped up. He had a knack. He was amped up. If the guy would have kept pressing the taser, eventually he would have fell. Eventually he would have fell. You could have called for backup. The guy would have ran out of energy. We just read that the taser turns your body sugar into acid. That weakens you. This man, in another 30 seconds, probably would have collapsed. They could have handcuffed him, kicked him a couple times, took him behind the shed, beat him with the billy club, and then threw him in the back seat, took him to the jail. He'd still be alive. Okay? They were too impatient to take his keys and drop him off. They didn't want to be bothered. They saw that they physically cannot hold this man down. They didn't want to wait for backup. They didn't want to wait for him, for his adrenaline to run down. We'll just shoot him. Yeah, he didn't tase me. Yeah, shoot him. He didn't throw me to the ground. God damn it, shoot him. But when they shot him, he was not putting his hands on them. Where is the threat? This is what you don't understand. To shoot somebody, you must have a threat. Where was the threat? Yeah, if he'd had a gun, yeah. Even if he had a baton, that'd have been more. If he'd had a sword, something you can do at a distance. This man running away from them. He got a stun gun. You got to be next to them. That's not an excuse. It's bad enough that you let the man beat you up and take your daggone stun gun. That officer was down for a couple seconds there. That don't look good for the police force. Where the training at? Where's your training? How do you go from stunning? He had the other officer, the one, he had the stun gun and was deploying it. He knew that the gun that the guy had didn't have the cartridges on that. So the stun gun to his shin didn't do anything to him. But when he hit the officer in his hand, That officer stayed down for a couple seconds. Let that marinate for a second. Just let it marinate. If we can show it again, the officer stayed down for a couple seconds. That's why he was so far behind. Because he was able to hit the guy in the hand. And he's sitting there, yeah, he got me in the hand. Yeah, Naya, he was pointing a useless piece of plastic. At that point, you might as well say he had a toy gun from the dollar store. Because at that distance, he can't do nothing with it. I can't hurt you. I got to be up on you. That's all. Let's watch it again here. I want y'all to see what I'm saying here. All right.
Put your hands behind your back, Corey. Put your hands behind your back.
All right, Liz, hurry back.
Hey, stop fighting. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased.
Now you see it.
Stop.
He's saying you're going to get tased. He's not getting tased. He's getting stun gun. Where is the cartridge? There is no cartridge on that. That's just a regular stun gun at that point. If you don't have a snap-on cartridge, you just got a stun gun. That's all that was. Now listen.
Stop. Get it. This is right.
Now he got him in the hand. You saw it right there, right? He got him in the hand. Stop on it. Watch him get the officer. They'll give him in his hand. Now you see he got him in the ground right there. Look at him on the ground. Now at this point, the other officer deployed his taser. But the man didn't go down. Now the other officer is using the taser. Watch. See that? You see it? Right there. That is a taser. Watch it again. He drawing it. And you see, he is at a distance. He ain't trying to get up on that man. He is at a distance. And he fires the taser. Now you see he running away because it hurt. You still hear it going. So who shot him? Look at the guy limping. He was limping. That guy hurt. Look at him. He limping, y'all. He limping. Look at him. He limping. He hurt. That cop got scared. Wow, he threw that kind of like a rat. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the man wasn't comfortable. Well, now it depends. They said depending on how good it is. If you got a cheap taser, they say 15 to 20 feet. If you got a good one, about 30 feet. But see, this is what makes this weird. If you deploy the first cartridge and it's not effective, you're supposed to pop it off and pop on another one. See, that cartridge could have been defective. You don't know how long that officer had that taser brain. He should have popped that off and popped on another one while he was still running. And maybe that other one might have took him down. You see what I'm saying? It's poor policing. Everything they did was poor. Poor training. This was poor policing. Not only did you let a man who you say was drunk, he beat the two of you officers up, took your taser, took your stun gun, I'm sorry, it was a stun gun at that moment. You took out and pulled out a real taser with a cartridge on it. You hit him with it. The man ran away. You're chasing him, still deploying the energy into him. It's not reacting like it's supposed to. You supposed to pop that cartridge out, pop in another one, and shoot him again with it. Instead, you got scared. Well, he tried to tase him, to stun him, or he was on the ground. Now I chased him down the parking lot, tasing him. He's not going down. I guess my next resort is to get my gun. Because they didn't want to, there was a chance that they might, first of all, he didn't know the other cop was behind him. Because when they started running, the cop was down. So he thought he's by himself. That's the first part, you're not understanding. Second part is, he can't physically handcuff him by himself. Do you understand? He can't physically handcuff him by himself. He tried the taser not bringing the man down. Well, what else can I do? Because if I try to tackle him, he might try to use that on me. And my other partner's down on the ground. So I had no choice but to shoot. Because I can't beat him. And even though he's supposed to be drunk, and we ain't hit him with the stun gun, we ain't tased him, and he's still strong, this big black Superman is going to beat me up. Instead of calling for backup and chasing the suspect till the backup arrives. You could have still kept stunning him. Eventually, he would have went down. But he all amped up. Naya says either more officers or lethal force. Why do they have a whole police unit if you're not going to use them? They should have called for backup. See, their ego was hurt. Because if it wasn't ego, they could have just took the man's car keys, took the man home. But nah, they wanted to arrest him. They didn't have to arrest him. See, that's the point. They didn't have to arrest him. They wanted to arrest him. And the man kept saying, my sister lived right there. Why can't I just go over there and sleep it off? No. We're going to arrest you. You even heard him say he was behind the wheel of the car. We were going to get him for DUI. So you that hard up to arrest somebody, but had it been somebody white, he would have, where you live, sir? I'll drop you off. Went up to the door, knocked on it, make sure he don't come back out tonight. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that car if I see it move. I'm coming to get him. Man would have went home, slept it off. If he had another set of car keys, he might have sent a relative to go get the car that was sober. But you didn't give him the option. You said, no, we're going to take him for DUI. Then you thought you were super cops, and the man beat y'all up. Took your own stun gun and stunned you in the arm with it. Now, just imagine it. The officer was down for a couple seconds, but they had him down on the ground, and they stunned him with it. But see, he was already down. All he had to do was weather it. Remember, it makes you lose your balance. All he had to do was weather it. He was already down. When he got the officer in the arm, the officer went down. And he had to get back up. You let him get back up off the ground, and he got the taser in his hand, so the other cop deploys. He got a stun gun part in his hand. The other cop has the weapon with the taser cartridge attached. Not everybody reacts to it the same way. If a person is intoxicated, whether it be drugs or alcohol, they don't have full function of their limbs already. So you hitting them with that, they might not feel that function already. So what is it doing? They might not have it. If that man that amped up, let him run. Let him run himself down. Let the man run himself down. Now, if he try to carjack somebody or try to grab a hostage, then you shoot him. But for you to just shoot him because I can't handcuff him, so I gotta shoot him. I ain't strong enough to handcuff him, so I had to shoot him. My officer was down, and didn't even know the officer was behind him. He's not focusing on the officer. He's focusing on the guy in front of him. It's just me, and if I do catch him, he gonna beat me up again. I'm just gonna shoot him, and that way we ain't gotta worry about it. Why he didn't shoot him in the kneecap? Why he didn't shoot him in the foot? It'd be like if you had somebody in front of you and you wanted to punch him, but you didn't. But then you got him walking away, and then you want to throw rocks at him. Like, it's right there in front of your face. Why you didn't pick up a rock and hit him in his face with it? Ooh. Naya said leg shot. Yeah, well, why you didn't shoot him in the leg? If his mobility was the problem, And the taser wasn't helping with the mobility, but they didn't get a taser a chance to work. See, they expected it to work immediately. If the man is intoxicated, it's not going to work the same as somebody that's not. The alcohol has already delayed the neurons in the muscles. The alcohol has them affected. Somebody sober is going to feel it immediately. Somebody that's drunk or on drugs, the system is already compromised. You just adding to something that's already there. If I'm drunk and I can still run, if I'm drunk and I can still fight, that means that the responses are already diminished. The fact that that man was drunk and was still able to throw them cops around, that make the police look bad. That he was already intoxicated and he was still able to beat him up. That means he can handle his liquor enough to drive the car and park it. He can handle his liquor enough to take care of 2 officers. What really was stunning him going to do? Make him madder? More amped up? To the point that he threw both of them off of him and then took the stun gun and stunned one of the officers in the arm. Then the other officer, instead of trying to snatch it, he grabbed his taser and he tased the guy. And that's when he should have tried to tackle him. But instead, he chasing him down the road. He ain't had enough. He don't want to touch the guy. And he running down the road trying to tase the guy. He should have kept going, but he was embarrassed. It was other people out there, and the taser wasn't working. And he knew if he tackled the guy, he was going to get beat up again. So he just shot him. He felt like it's just me and him, and I can't beat him, so I'm going to shoot him. But how does that go from, I want to arrest this guy for DUI, now I want to get him for resisting arrest, to, screw it, kill him. Somebody, how do you go from A to B to Z? Naya says the back shot is what'll push the case to arrest. Where was the officer in danger at? Where was the officer in danger at? The guy has a stun gun in his hand. You can go buy a stun gun. He's trying to get away from the police. So he's going to just go around and start stunning people and let the police know where he is. It doesn't make sense. You call for backup. You already had the stun gun. Liz says, what would they do without guns? That's my point. Officers are trained in self-defense. But see, it wasn't 4 of them. It wasn't 4 of them there. Like with Floyd George, it wasn't 4 of them. Actually, I heard it was 6 of them all together. Naya says a homeowner cannot shoot a burglar in the back if they're running out of the home or property. Naya, you can't shoot somebody because they beat you up and took your stun gun. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, Dave. You can't shoot somebody because you're embarrassed because they beat you up and took your stun gun. That's what that cop did. But the stun gun didn't work and the taser doesn't work. Dave said, I bought a 2010 Ford Mustang. You gonna let us drive it? I don't know. I think I'm scared to drive about right now. I might be going to the market. Kyle's gonna be like, I think you're intoxicated. You're riding in this mobility scooter and you're talking to yourself. Who are you talking to? You look suspicious. Are you crazy? You out here riding around on a scooter crazy. Let me see your ID. Y'all, I'm not joking. That could literally happen. You know, seems kind of strange you out here riding around talking to yourself on a scooter, or you look suspicious. You know, you don't look old enough to be in a mobility scooter. Are you using this as a front so you can break into houses? Let me see your ID, please. Let me see your ID. Well, your ID says you're on the street you live on, but still, I'm not satisfied. There's something strange out here. Let me call for backup. Wait, that's not funny now. That's not the truth. That can happen. I can get rolled up on live. Naya said they'll escalate it when they see the ID is expired. They won't be able to escalate because I tell them. If the doctors say I can't drive, what do I need a license for? If the doctor said don't drive, why do I need a license? They don't go, oh. I was like, yeah, so why should I? Why should I go spend $50 to get another license when the doctors don't want me to drive? If I go out there and get into an accident, you think the doctors ain't gonna come and say we told them not to drive? What do I need that for? Well, your ID is expired. I haven't expired. I'm still alive, ain't I? I'm just saying. I'm still alive. I haven't expired. You asked me to ID myself. I'm on the physical street. I'm just in a different block, but I'm on the same physical street as my ID says I belong at. What's your problem? I'm literally on the same street. We go up the same street and come back down it. Well, I'm still not satisfied. I don't care about you being satisfied. Leave me alone. There's no arrest here. Go find somebody else. Well, you're kind of mouthy there. I'm a citizen. And you work for me, sir. So stop getting all, you the one getting uppity. You work for me. Now stop messing with me. I'm not bothering nobody. And go do some real police work. And please, stop wasting our taxpayer money by harassing somebody sitting on a daggone mobility scooter. I mean, really. See? That's what I'm talking about. You're out of hand. I'm calling for backup. What you going back up for? Because I called you out? You bad? You don't have no respect. No, you don't respect, sir. You work for me. I'm your boss. You supposed to protect and serve the public. And I'm part of the public. You're not serving me. You are harassing me. Leave me alone. All right, you're going downtown. On what charge? Public disturbance. You caused the disturbance when you came to mess with me. I said, you go ahead and take them handcuffs out, and you better be ready. That'll be the last time you take them out. Because I'm going to find that black lawyer. And we going to have another case. I don't know what the name is. I'll find it. It ain't hard to find. I'll go ahead and get that lawyer. You can go ahead and win tonight and take me downtown. But guess what? The city going to have to give me and that lawyer a couple dollars. Since y'all don't mind paying it, y'all going to have to give me a couple dollars. I'm not going to fight with you. You going to take me downtown? Please take my scooter to the daggone house. Because you don't have to impound that. We on the same street. You want to lock me up so bad? Follow me down the street. Let me put it up. Where am I going? I'll put it right on the landing. I ain't got to go up the steps. Just open the door up and sit it there, each piece, break it down. Then you can take me downtown. No, we can't let you do that because you might get away. 4 miles per hour. You might make a run for it. You might make a run for it. Y'all see me going down the road with 5 police cruisers over in a Billy scooter. I'll go viral then. Oh, there we chased by 5 police cars, y'all. It'd be like when O.J. Simpson, remember he ran on the highway and he was doing like 30 miles per hour and all those cop cars behind him. I'd be right there going down the road with a Billy scooter. People walking up to me saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Hey, I'm on the camera, hey." I just felt that he was suspicious because why would somebody be riding a motor scooter? Why would somebody be riding in a mobility scooter? I just find that strange. I realize there's a Giants right there, and I see the giant bags on the arm of the scooter, but maybe he's got people's stuff in there, and it's a front. Nia said, Tommy would do a show about you, show. Oh, he loved that. See, I told you it was something about this guy. Look at him. He going down the road with the police behind him. Oh, shucks. But we laughing about it, but it's going to happen. Especially if I try to get to the market when it open at 6 and it's still dark, and they see me riding up the road. Hey, boy, what you doing out here? Hey, I'm going to the market. I'm trying to get there when they open, so I can actually get something. I ain't buying that. What? Well, why don't you follow me then? Or just meet me there? Nah, I'm not going to let you out of my sight. Okay, whatever. We got a call about a break-in, and we see you riding down the street with some bags. I'm not gonna make no getaway on no scooter. Or I ain't said with the mask on. And why are you wearing a mask? You're on a scooter in a mask, and you're talking to yourself. Be like, no, I'm talking to my people. You want to say hi? Name and badge number, please. Let the world know what you're doing. What, you're filming? I said, ain't you filming me? I didn't ask to be on your body cam footage. Why, you didn't ask to be on my footage. But here's the difference. I wasn't observing you, but you were looking at me. You got the problem, so what is it? See, that's why I'll get arrested, because I'll ask questions they can't answer. They're just froze. Am I getting on? Are we getting flagged? I got the chat blocking the screen, so I can't see the screen. Hold on, sir. No, the OBS is doing fine. It ain't that. And we doing 2K. We doing it's doing it. 5,081, 5387, 5519, 5256. I got it on variable bit rate from 5,000 to 7,000, and then I got it set on simple at 6,000. So we seem stable. I don't see what the problem is. Now it says they'll accuse you of speaking with the masterminds of the robbery. I'll be like, we don't have no followers from Baltimore. I've only found 2. I only know 2 people that actually follow us that I've met. Hey, they say, yeah, I watch it. I don't say nothing. But I can tell y'all what the problem is that we got 2 towers, right? One is way down there, right? One is way up there, and one is way up there. It was actually 3 towers. But the phone don't want to stay with the tower with the good upload, because the other one has a better download link. One has a better download link. The other has a better upload link. When we on the one with the better upload link, we do good. But the phone keeps looking for the download link. For those of y'all don't understand, I keep telling you, download is for when you looking at videos and streaming stuff, movies. That's what most people do with the phone. You know, you watching your Hulu, you watching YouTube, you on the Facebook. Most people do that on their phone. We're using the phone to upload. So the phone is placing priority on the download. We are uploading. So the upload is most important. Now we need download too, because to be able to watch the videos and stuff, we need download too. But the upload is most important. I'm noticing that it was showing me where the tower is. Now all of a sudden it won't show me the direction of the tower. I noticed that all of a sudden. Okay, I see it's on automatic cycle. Let's reset data connection and stop right there. Now pick one and stay there. It won't pick one and stay there. So we're doing 89, negative 89, negative 91. And if I scroll down, I see the 2 towers. Now right now we were using 1. And if we stay right here, we good. Let's do a speed test. Believe. And I'm gonna tell you why that's horse baduggy. I'm gonna prove to you that that's horse crap. And that just need to find where there's a where do I have a picture at? Where do I have? No, that's image slideshow. Where's the picture? Okay, here we go. Picture view. Let's go in. And let's go to pictures. And let's go to screenshots. Now, if y'all look at that. 757 down, 11.3 up. Y'all see that on the screen, right? I did that right before I came live. I did that right before I came live. Do y'all understand? We did this before we came live. That says 11.3. Y'all see it on the screen. We only asking for 5. You see it doing 11. Let's go back and look again real quick. Now you see it is saying 9 down. Now the other tower is back. And look at us now. Remember it was only doing one tower, and now it's both of them showing. I got one at negative 93 and one at negative 97. The RSRQ is 17 on one and 14 on the other. And the PCI on one is 246. If anybody understand this, because I'm going to have to Google and see what that means. But y'all see. How it fluctuates. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching it fluctuate. That's why I ain't paying it no mind. Fluctuate. As long as we can do our show, that's all that matters. So y'all, I need to know, what can we do? See, people keep talking junk, but what can we do? Seriously, we need to retrain the police department, because obviously we got officers that don't need to be on the force. If 2 trained police officers can't take down 1 man, I don't know. I think he sleep. He was making videos last night. They sounded horrible. He was making videos last night. The audio wasn't good. But he was out somewhere last night. When I got off, he made 2 videos. I missed both of them. And I went and left him a like up and left him a comment. But that's something I'm going to be looking into. Now, the wrestling pay-per-view come on tonight. That's why I didn't mind coming on early. Go ahead and get it over with. But I'm just saying, I'm going to be looking into how can I keep... Now, we got the phone locked on the band with the best upload. Because if y'all watched last night, if you actually watched the end of the show last night, I switched the band too. And we had a 38 megabyte upload. But we only had a download, but a 2 megabyte upload. And I switched it. And the show went to hell. So I'm doing the right thing being on band 13. But like I said, it's a tower this way. We know about this one. It's one way up there at Cold Spring, and it's one down here, far away, right? The one that got the best upload is the one down here. But the phone keep wanting to go up here or wanting to go up there because they got better download. So how do I lock it to one particular? Because a cell tower could have more than one cells there. They could have more than one band there. So it actually could be 2 and 2 and 1, and it's just going back and forth. Because if we go to band 2, that's 38 upload. That's between 24 and 38 download. That'd be great. If we could get 30 upload, oh man, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Is the antenna worth the cost? Yeah, because we get unlimited everything for $40. Now, I could downgrade. You know, I'm hard-headed. You know, I want to do 2K. I could downgrade. I mean, we've done 720 at 11 megabytes. That video me and you did that we got the 4300 on, I did that at 1.1 megabyte or 1,100 megabyte. Right now, we streaming at 5 megabyte or 5,000 gigabytes. But I showed you the screenshot. It said 10 megabyte. If we could do 720 at 1 megabyte, how come we can't do 2K at 5? That's all I'm saying. People will say, well, you know, your computer is telling you that you're doing something and, I know what my eyes see. And our picture is crystal clear. Yeah, the cell signal booster, yeah, it's worth the cost. But what we gotta see is what's gonna happen. You know what? I'm always feeling jiggy. I got it tied up though. Do I really want to untie it? You know, the tower that's aimed that way give us the best upload, right? But I got it going on this window. What if I moved it over to that window? Y'all think it'd do better? Give me y'all opinion. I wish I hadn't tied it up. I actually tied it up so that it hang down. Because I had it just sitting in the window. Just looking out of the window. Because see, I'm worried about Davey messing it up. Her nosy butt. Getting tangled in the cord. Yes, I did do the sermon last night, Liz. You fell asleep. We did it. We got the sermon in there. Yes, we did, ma'am. Matter of fact, Hey, that's not our title. Wait a minute. That's not our, nobody here. Hey, that's not our title. Wait a minute, what? That's not our title, Liz. That's not our title. YouTube need to stop. That's not our title. No, that's not our title. Y'all ask me that now. That is not our title. So somebody cheating. I know what I typed in there. Stop cheating, YouTube. I hate this new studio. It stinks. They should have left the classic the way it was. You always gotta mess something up. All right, let me retitle it. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I changed the title, and now what I typed in there, when these shooting was poor law enforcement behavior, I'm tired of this lazy policing. You're going to speak up, or are you on the sideline? Let's examine this. Come hang with us. So what about the thumbnail? Y'all supposed to let me know. Y'all are the backbone of the platform. If I don't see something, y'all supposed to say, hey, fool, look at this. Hey, fool, look at that. Hey, Derrick, get the picture freeze. Hey, Derrick, the volume ain't right. If y'all don't say nothing, now I'm supposed to know. I need y'all to be more proactive. All right, now it's showing up. I put the new thumbnail in there again. Now it says, how long will we put up with this crap? Retrain these officers now. And you see, we went from having 4 to 6 watching.
All right, let's get it. Oh, we live.
Ain't it?
Your body, but they cannot kill your soul.
Ain't it?
I want to see.
What's too far?
Seriously, I had to learn how to breathe. I had to learn how.
Talking about the mask.
Now, you see that? Now, you see?
My voice is awful.
Alpheus and fatties.
Ain't it?
It's a very nice thing to do because it's very proper. It's correct. The Sabbath is from the sunset Saturday until the sunrise of Sunday. But I digress. I wish I could have stayed in the room and see the stuff he was talking about. Unfortunately, when I use YouTube.
Now it's showing in 1080, but y'all see me in 2K.
That kind of feedback, but I'll see if I
I'm not gonna ask you to push 2K. That's too much. That's too much.
By the way, my name's Chop It Up. I'm a fellow live streamer. I've been around for a couple of years. I was doing Black Sector way back when, but I kind of just kicked off it life kind of just hits you. You got to do different things. So you got to let go of certain things. Just kind of like recently got back into it. Trying to do more like IRL stuff, all that stuff. Let's see here.
All right, y'all.
Seems like
I'm back. All right. All right, y'all, I'm back. So let's go to Matthew 10. Jesus sends out the 12. Let's start here. Because the title of this is, now that you know who Jesus is, you know how to get in contact with him. You know what's expected of you. Now, are you ready to go serve? Are you ready to go work? Are you ready to work for Jesus? Are you ready to go out there and inform your co-workers, your family members? Let them know about the gospel. Let them know about the gift of grace. We're going to start where Jesus started with his 12 disciples that he chose.
Yeah, show them with these with the group.
Jesus called his 12 disciples to him and gave them the authority to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. These are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, who was called Peter.
Well, y'all
always remember that. Simon Peter.
Let me go to the bathroom.
Jesus named him Peter. They already have a Simon. So Jesus named him Peter. Remember that. And his brother Andrew. So Simon Peter and his brother Andrew. James, the son of Zebedee, and his brother John. Philip and Bartholomew. Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector. James, son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus. Simon the Zealot. See, you got two Simons. Simon Peter, Simon the Zealot. And Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions. And I want y'all to pay attention, because y'all heard me say this many times. But we actually hear in the scripture. Do not go among the Gentiles or enter any town of the Samaritans. This is why Jewish people keep to themselves. This is why they think they're better than everybody else. Because Jesus said, do not go among the Gentiles or enter any town of the Samaritans. Now, what did Jesus mean? Jesus meant only go preach to the Israelites or the Jews, whatever you call them. You are to only preach to them. Well, there was a reason for that. Jesus did not want them to teach to the Gentiles and the Samaritans and the Philistines and the Babylonians. He didn't want them to teach to them because the time hadn't come. Right now, the gift was only for God's chosen people. But God's chosen people would resist the gift. When they got power to put Jesus on the cross, when Pilate was saying, I don't find nothing wrong with the man, crucify him, crucify him. Are you sure? Crucify him, crucify him. The people rejected the gift. Do y'all understand? They rejected the gift. If they had accepted the teachings, there's no way Jesus would be on that cross. So the Jews pretty much opened the gift to everybody. After Jesus' resurrection, the message was to go preach to everybody. Jew, Gentile, Roman, Babylonian, Hittite, Gentile, Justite, whatever. The Jews lost that. They lost it. Liz says you're going to have your viewers confused about the topic. Everybody knows that we are the most hybrid. You say you buffering, I'm looking at the phone, look fine to me. I look at the phone looks fine to me. Naya says, I'm going to have my viewers confused about the topic. What's there to be confused about? We spent an hour and 40 minutes talking about the cowardly cops that shot that man in the back. But if y'all want to stick with that topic, because I was going to go to Matthew 11, but okay. We can stick with this topic. Do any of y'all believe that we need to retrain these police? And that we need more scrutiny on who we hire? Do y'all believe that we need better training and we need to scrutinize the backgrounds of people that apply for the police force? No, you didn't say it, Nile is that. See, that's called moving the goalposts. Because you asked, did you ever do the sermon last night? And then I show you we did. And then you say, all right, people gonna be confused by it. Yeah, which one is it? But seriously though, y'all, we need to seriously handle this subject. People want to dance around it, make excuses. Everybody just want to dance around. Now Liz gave us the link. I wish she would have gave me the first one. Because the first one that she gave me, it was an edited version. It didn't have them waking him up. The fact that they allowed him to move the car, that let me know right there. They should have arrested him right there or took him out the car. If they were gonna, Liz said I gave her the first. Well, we appreciate it, Liz. Cause breaking news. But they should have took him out the car in the beginning. While he was still dizzy and whatever, they should have said, sir, please step out the car. They should have put him in handcuffs then interviewed him. But the fact they spent all that time interviewing him when they knew they were going to lock him up from the get-go, why didn't you lock him up? You let the man go from being groggy and sleepy to get amped up. Because when the other car pulled up, you already knew. He knew. If you're a black man and you talking to a police officer and you see another car pull up, you know. You going downtown. What did he call for backup for? What did he call for backup for? Now, Naya said he slept it off. The man hadn't been caught committing a crime. Now, some people would say that he drove there drunk, but the police did not witness that. You can only get him for drunk driving because you asked him to move up the line and he moved the car. But you asked him to do that, right? Because otherwise he could have ordered his food and went up there and got it. You told him to pull over. And then you followed him over there. Now they kept saying the man was drunk. The man was so drunk, but he was beating y'all up. The man was so drunk, but he beat both the police up. Took that taser. Took that stun gun, Then he got tased for real. He took off running. But the man was sober enough to throw both of you off, to stun one of you in the arm and knock you down. But you worried about him being drunk. When that second police car pulled up, that man knew he was going. And instead of the cops saying, I'm taking you downtown, they want to keep, well, we can do these sobriety tests and we can, man. All you doing is the fact that he is outside the car. Why not ask him for the keys to the car, lock the car up? The guy said his sister lived right over there. Why not just drive him there and drop him off? Tell him to come pick the car keys up in the morning from the station. That's not too hard to ask, and we ain't got no problem. Take the man home, drop him off. The job is to protect and serve. If the man is not driving on the highway, he's not a danger. Why not just give him a ride home? Say, hop in, I'm gonna take you to the sister, or take him to the sister house. I would have took him home. But I don't think he live in that state. They might have thought he's one of them outside protesters. I don't know what that cop was thinking. But if you were going to lock the man up for DUI, you shouldn't have had him move the car, because you asked him to break the law. If that's the case, if you thought he was intoxicated, why would you have him move the car? I'm just somebody talk to me. I would have said, get out the car, sir. Right there in the drive-thru line. But no, you want to take him over there on the side. You don't want to do it in front of everybody. You want to go over there to the side, where you felt more in control. Now, if anybody want to debate me on this, come on in. If we got any officers listening, come on in. Anybody got officers in their family? Are they cowards like these men? Come in here and defend them. But you won't. You ain't got the cojones. The same way that cop took that gun out and shot that man in his back twice because he ain't had the cojones. He knew he couldn't tackle that man. He knew he couldn't hold him down. He knew he couldn't handcuff him. We used the stun gun on him and we tased him, and you're gonna beat me up. I don't want to get beat up. They couldn't handcuff that man. You call for backup. Naya says, yes, he should have requested him to step from the car. But what they don't understand is, as they keep saying, We just want to talk to you for a minute. We just want to interview you. And then you can be on your way. But then they keep coming up. We want you to do these tests. Now, the test should have been enough to make a decision. But no, now we want you to do the breathalyzer. So he must have did well on the test. So now they need the proof of the breathalyzer. But the fact of the matter is, the cop kept saying, do you think you can operate this vehicle? If I suspect that you've been drinking, I don't want you to operate the vehicle. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If I'm supposed to be the law and I got you out the car, I'm going to tell a guy, you can go. I didn't catch you doing anything wrong, but I suspect you shouldn't be driving this car. So you got to leave the car here, but you're welcome to go. And the guy would have left. Why would he come back? If the guy don't want to go to jail, why would he come back? Drunk or not? If the guy willing to fight y'all and not go to jail, what make you think he gonna come back and try and get the car? He's gonna go to his sister's house like he said, sleep it off, come back and get the car. Now, if I'm correct, he was out of town. Now, did he make it back to his state? I know he said he was in North Carolina. Does he live in North Carolina, or did he drive back from North Carolina? Because if he drove from North Carolina to Georgia and didn't hit nothing, where is he in danger? Somebody talk to me. I'll listen. Where's the danger at? This man was drunker than he was when you pulled him over. When you rolled up on him. And he drove from North Carolina to Georgia? He drove from North Carolina to Georgia. That means he drove through North Carolina and South Carolina. And didn't hit nothing. Got in the drive-through line and fell asleep. Yeah, he said something about he drove from North Carolina. Wait a minute. I believe it's in the first link that Liz sent. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oops. This thing went far back. This is what we were watching earlier when she said she had the new link.
I can't blame nothing on her. It was my decision. I said, hey, if she can't get her order together, and I'm not feeling uptight right now, I should park right here. Go to sleep. I'm not feeling, I'm just not feeling right.
What do you mean you're not feeling right?
Like
do you think maybe that you had too much to drink and you realized that you shouldn't drive, so you parked?
I mean,
would that be accurate to say?
Yes, sir. Mr. Roth, yes.
All right, so your girlfriend dropped you off, you got in the car, you backed down, and you're like, damn, I'm too drunk to drive. And so you pull back into the parking spot.
I call her like, babe.
Is that accurate?
If it's a couple moments I got on the phone with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, hey, damn, you want number one or number two or? But she's like,
would
babe,
you agree?
You take care of that. You're a man. You figure out what we're going to eat tonight.
All right. Let's move past that. Would you agree that you've had too much to drink to drive?
I couldn't focus, Mr. Ross. I couldn't focus.
Would you agree that you had too much to drink?
I haven't had, to the point where I can't focus.
Okay.
I was a little tired of head on the day because we just came from North Carolina.
You think that you're safe to operate a vehicle?
Absolutely, Mr. Ross.
And how much have you had to drink?
I had 1.5 margaritas, Mr. Ross.
1.5 margaritas?
Yes, sir.
Margaritas?
Yes.
Have you had anything else today? Any other type of drink?
No, sir.
You haven't had any daiquiri?
I haven't had no daiquiri. I had 1.5 small cups of margarita, but I'm up now. Y'all got me up with this.
Got you up.
I'm up now.
Hey, will you take a preliminary breath test for me?
What's that?
It's a little handheld machine. I have you blow into it, and that lets me know if you're positive or negative for the presence of alcohol in your breath.
I've been drinking.
Okay.
I do say that.
Okay.
But I'm only going a few minutes down the road.
I got you. I'm just asking, will you take a preliminary breath test for me?
I mean, I don't know what it is.
I just said it's a little handheld machine. Lets me know if it's positive or negative.
All right, pull the chat up real quick. All right. Now, I say it again. The guy said he was going a few minutes down the road. Why didn't they just say, look, sir, I don't feel comfortable with you driving. Okay? Let me take you down the road. You go down there, you sleep it off, come back and get the car. The Wendy's was still open. Could have told him, look, give me the car keys. I'll leave them here at the Wendy's. When they open at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., they open for breakfast, whatever time they reopen. Because the Wendy's is not 24 hours, I don't think. Come back to the Wendy's and get your keys. And go about your business. That way I know you sober. You had time to sleep it off, and you can come and you can get the car. Why couldn't that be done? But see, he don't want a quick resolution. His resolution is, I want to take you to jail for DUI. But I've only seen you pull from this drive-through line to the parking spot. Y'all understand what I'm saying? The fact that that man was asleep and had his foot on the brake and didn't hit nobody. He had his foot on the brake and was asleep. And yet that car did not lurch forward and hit anybody. I want y'all to imagine this. The people are going around him and ordering their food. He sat there and his foot never came off the brake. Even when you see the officer walk up at the beginning of the video, you see the brake lights are on. So even passed out, he still got the sense to keep his foot on the brake. So public safety is not an issue. The fact is that the officer wanted to lock him up. That's the issue. This is the issue. And the fact is that what we watching? Is that the same company? That's 11 Alive. Here's somebody else with a video. Let's check it out real quick and see if it's any different.
Come in. Hey. Hey, man, you're parked in the drive-thru line here. found passed out in the parking lot, sitting here.
So he was in the drive-thru?
Yeah, he's on, car's on. Took me like a few minutes to wake him up. Kept knocking, opened the door, like, shook him. Woke up super groggy. Got pretty good smell of alcohol beverage coming out of the car. Eyes are watery, glassy. Started worried. Wasn't sure where he was. And telling me he had one drink, he said earlier. Standard size. So I said, I think just one drink, but I can smell alcohol still. And he's trying to tell me, where are you coming from? He said, well, I'm coming from Jonesboro. I got food. I said, what are you doing here? Got more food. So he's really not too clear, like, that could, I got here, got there. But I mean,
so this was a 911 call, right?
Yeah, the drive-thru called it in.
So somebody called because he was in the drive-thru.
He just passed out in the car.
Yep. Okay.
That's
And then you just had him pull over.
Yeah, I had to move out of the way, and then when he pulled up, he actually just hit over the curb onto the grass and like backed it up.
Okay.
So we're leaving here. He's gonna drive again.
Sure, absolutely. All right, let me go talk to him. What's his name? Do you have his ID?
Yeah. That's our rental cars.
The reason why we're here is because somebody called 911 because you were asleep behind the wheel while you're in the drive-thru, right? You recall that? I don't. You don't recall that? You don't recall just minutes ago where you were passed out behind the wheel in the drive-thru? You don't recall that at all? Absolutely. Just complete blur.
I wasn't driving. Like I said, I just drank. My girlfriend, she probably was sleeping, but like I said, babe, I want French fries.
So far as I'm aware, you're the only person that's been seen in this vehicle, right?
Yeah, one person.
Okay. So how did your car get from here to the drive-thru line?
I don't know.
So how did it get there?
It never did get there. I told you I was in her car.
Well, we've got a 911 call of people reporting a guy passed out behind the wheel in the line. This officer gets here and sees you. Everything's on camera. Sees you in the line.
Here in the line.
In the line.
I wasn't in the line. Did I pull you over in the line?
I walked up, you had to wake up, man.
You didn't pull right here?
No, over there. I had to wake you up.
What? Look.
They went back to sleep and I had to wake you up again.
Like I said, I'm sorry if I just got something to eat. I went to visit my mother's gravesite. I'm not causing any problems.
Well, we gotta make sure that you're safe to operate a vehicle. Now, do you know where you are?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fine park on Dixie Highway. I can just go home. I have my daughters there right now. My daughter's birthday was yesterday.
Miss Brooks, will you take a preliminary breath test for me? It's yes or no.
I don't want to refuse anything.
It's yes or no. It's completely up to you.
Yes, I will.
Okay, just wait here while I grab it.
Just stay to drive, that's all.
I know, man.
You scared me a little bit because you were sleeping in there, so that's why I was making sure you're okay. And then that's.
I know. You just on your draw.
All right, just take a deep breath in. Put your mouth over the mouthpiece. Go as hard as you can until I tell you to stop. Blah, 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 blah. Stop. Very good.
I just had a few drinks. That's it.
How many?
1.5. Like I said, I was into the second cup. I wasn't even. I told her, babe, let's go because I'm hungry.
What kind of drinks did you have?
I'm not sure. It's something she ordered. She said top shelf or whatever.
Top shelf what?
I'm not sure. It was, like I said, it was her birthday and it was my daughter's birthday intent to, have a good time. And I said, babe, I'm hungry. Let's go.
I think you've had too much to drink to be driving. Put your hands on your back for me. Put your hands on your back.
So I'm still confused. He said, I think you had too much to be driving. But he's not behind the wheel of the car. You got him right there. I think you had too much to be driving. I didn't catch you actually driving on the road. He's on the Wendy's parking lot, which is not public property. It's Wendy's public. It's Wendy's private property. And they allowed him to move the car. He should have been took out the car right then and there. He shouldn't have been allowed to move the car. Why did you waste taxpayer money when you could have been doing something else? Because you really could have just dropped this man off and made him come down and get the keys from the police station. You could have had an officer drop the keys off on their way home when they ended the shift. If you were that concerned, you could have kept the car keys, took this man home, not to his sister's house, but took him home. Well, you know, that would tie up time, but doing a police investigation won't tie up time. A Wendy's is now burnt down, but that's not tying up time. It's going to take them weeks to rebuild that restaurant. That company going to lose weeks worth of money because you were too lazy to just say, hey, we got an issue here. Let's resolve it. Your answer was, we're going to lock them up. That was your decision. We're going to lock them up. But then when you got them out the car, you didn't go to lock them up. You could have had them come out the car, ask them to turn around, and then you could have arrested him before he got amped up. You could have said, I'm going to handcuff you because I'm investigating this scene. And before you had him do all of that, you could have said, let me handcuff you so there ain't no problem. Then when the other car pulled up, y'all could have put him in the back of the police car and took him downtown. You could have got him in the police station, and then you could have said, you're being arrested for suspicious of drunk driving. At that point, he at the police station, and it's like 50 people in there, so you got plenty of backup. Or you could have told him to sit there, and you could have let 2 or 3 more cars pull up, and then you could have had 6 or 7 officers there, and then you could have done the arrest. But nope. That's why I say this is poor policing. Naya says they decided to escalate the matter for no reason. Because even though you can tell the guy's a little tipsy, he's not violent. But if you know he's tipsy, you know people that are intoxicated don't make the best decision. So instead of being careful about how you're going to do it, the fact that they depended more on that stun gun, because the guy should have been holding his legs instead of trying to stun him, they would have had better luck. But why not call for backup and just sit on him? But no, he let go of him to try to use that stun gun, and that's what allowed him to get free. This is poor police work. And you can't tell me, well, if I had been in that situation, it's easy to sit back here and nitpick. That's not nitpicking common sense. Fact of the matter is, these police are not trained. And I'm going to tell you something. Suppose I had got around that track one time. Suppose I had got around that track one time. Just all I need to do one time. And I actually made the force. I would be more of a hazard. Because what if I had to chase somebody? And they could run longer than that 16 minutes. The one thing I wouldn't do is shoot them in the back. I would call for backup and run behind him best I could and keep him in my sight so that when the backup arrived, then a younger, stronger officer could go tackle him. or officers. I'm not going to shoot him in the back and say, look, I'm out of breath. And he ain't throwing me and my partner around. He stunned one of my partner in the arm, and I had the taser on him, and it wasn't doing nothing to him. And so, you know, I was like, man, I shot him. I ain't know what else to do. I reached for my firearm and I shot him. Shot the man in the back twice. I just unloaded. Forgot that he was even a human being. Forgot that he had family. He mentioned the little girl, but I didn't care. Now the little girl don't have a father. I didn't care. He wasn't no danger to me, but I just felt like I couldn't do it by myself. So I needed to bring the heat. Naya said he suddenly became aggressive after being docile while asking him to agree to the breath test. I'm sure that he's getting irritated. I would be. Just tell him, man, you're not driving home. We're not going to let you get back in this car. What are your options? That's what I would have said. Yeah. I don't think you should drive the car. But they trying to get him for DUI, but they can't prove that he drove anywhere. They asking him to keep telling him what they did. They're asking him to give them the information to lock him up. A good lawyer would chop that up. He keeps asking him, do you think you're in a condition to drive? So what have you done tonight? Where have you driven? These are questions designed for him to self-incriminate himself. He doesn't have to say anything. You asked him for the ID, he gave it to you. What you should have done was give him his ID back, send him on his way down the road. Now, if he try to come back to that car, then you get him. He don't come back to the car, he sober up. What's the problem? See, you making an issue out of something that's not an issue. You need him to prove that he was driving while intoxicated. He kept saying his girlfriend was in the car. You're trying to get him to admit that he drove, to incriminate himself so you can lock him up. Naya says he should have refused the breath test. If you refuse the test, then that's a reason for them to lock you up. We still been in the same situation. He knew he was going to fail that test. But here's the problem, Naya. He's not sober. If he was sober and knew he was going to jail, he'd be thinking about, who am I going to call? What lawyer am I going to call? He's drunk. He's not thinking about none of that. These officers are going to lock me up. Now, I could go with him, or I could try to reason with him. And he's steadily trying to reason with them, and they want to lock him up. But as the people that are in the authority position, you got to understand this. This guy might not go easy. He's drunk. He might be calm 1 minute and we touch him. Because you know how it is when you touch black people. Especially these last two generations, you touch them, they ready to fight. Get off me. Why are you touching me? 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 So the fact that they thought they could handle this man and couldn't. But see, Naya, if they would have took him out the car, they could have gave him a ticket for suspicion of drunk driving. But unless he tell you he was drunk driving, you don't have a case. That's why he kept asking him over and over again. They wanted to get him for drunk driving. You say, is it illegal to be intoxicated on foot? In some states, there isn't a law about drinking in public and being out in public if you're a nuisance to the community. In some states. My thing is, why they didn't call that man and carry him to the home? Have a relative come pick him up. See, they didn't want to be bothered. But their job is to be bothered. That's why nobody's going to out-debate me on it, because they're going to get killed when they come over here and try and talk that gibberish. It ain't their responsibility. Yes, it is. That's what we pay them for. One of our citizens was in distress. You couldn't give him a ride. Call him a cab. See, in the old days, I'm sure you can pull up many Mayberry and many Andy Griffin. Remember they had the town drunk Otis. He would come into the police station and sleep it off every night. But if he had a home, Andy would have had Barney drive Otis home. Knock on the door. Say, hey, ma'am, here's your husband. Make sure he don't come back out tonight. Have a good night. And there you go. But see, that requires too much effort. It's easier to just shoot him. It's easier to just lock somebody up. Isn't it easier? Why go through that effort? It's more effort to sit out there for 3 hours doing a police investigation of a shooting than it is to drive that man the couple minutes to the sister house. Somebody talk to me. It's more of an inconvenience. But you'd have to be sitting there worrying is the mob that's forming going to tear you and those investigating police officers up because of what you just did. See, Naya says serving protect shouldn't always include carting somebody out to jail. Naya said he wasn't a danger standing there explaining. I showed you another video, but I can tell you, when you're talking to a police officer and y'all having a good conversation and you thinking that you might be let go and then you see other cars pull up, you already know right then and there. And they still trying to talk to you like you retarded, like you don't know. You see the other cars pulling up. What did you call other cars for if you're going to let me go? What did you call another car for if you're going to let me go? So that man, even drunk, he knew. Why didn't another police car him? If he gonna let me go, why is there another police car coming? See, they think we stupid. If you and I have a problem, and we about to come to blows, and then you say, nah, we just gonna let it go. I don't want to fight. But then your brother pull up. Your best friend pull up. That means I'm about to get banked. But I'm supposed to keep acting like nothing happening? Now I'm thinking, well, it's one over there and one over there. I wonder if I can take them. Or should I run? Or should I let them beat me up and hope I'm okay? So this person is drunk. What is his mind doing? All over the place. When you have other cars pull up, you escalate the situation. You add to it. Because now, the person might have been stressed talking to you, but you might think you calming them down. But then when he see other people pull up, his stress level was going up. Because now, it's not, I'm talking to an officer. It's not about you anymore. Now it's about the gang coming to get me. The boys coming to get me. And if you're drunk, you might make the wrong decision and decide to fight. And he made the wrong decision to resist being arrested. But God darn it, he didn't make the wrong decision to fight. Because he beat both of them up. And got the taser. And got away. If he got the stun gun part, if the other cop had a stun gun too and didn't have the cartridge, he would have got away. I don't know how far he would have got, but he would have got away from that scene. Backup would have probably caught him, but he would have got away from that scene. Because neither one of them could handcuff him. Even while using the stun gun on him, they couldn't keep him down. Even while tasing him, they couldn't stop him. So those two officers were not going to stop that man. And this is the problem. Because it was that one officer that wanted so badly to arrest him, but couldn't. Because the fact of the matter is, that first officer, the one that wound up shooting him, he should have never directed him to drive the car over there and park it. Number one. He should have took him out the car right then and there and said, walk. I don't care where you go, but don't come back to this car because I'm impounding it. You can pick it up in the morning when you sober up. That's what should have been done. He should have yanked him out the car and told him to walk. And he should have called the tow truck and had the tow truck come impound the car, and there you go. If the guy didn't want to leave his car, then he could have said, look, I'm telling you now, walk. Come pick your car up from the impound yard tomorrow. Or I'm going to take you to jail. Even drunk, the guy would have said, I ain't going to jail. All right, I'm going. Have a nice, all right, I'll pick it up tomorrow. He could have told the guy, walk. I'm going to park your car in an undisclosed location. I'll call you tomorrow. The keys will be inside it, underneath the seat or the floorboard or in the gas well. But I'll call you and tell you where the car is. You think somebody drunk gonna walk around all night trying to find a car? Man could have said, look, I'm going to have another officer drive your car to a different location. We're going to leave the keys in it. But I'm taking you home personally. And whether we go to your sister's house or your house, whoever in their home, I'm going to let them know, if you come back out, both of you are responsible. Because I'm putting you in their care. That would have settled it. But nope, that's too much work. No, because I don't want to be bothered with all that. But now, I'm on desk duty. Or now, I ain't got no job. I don't want to be bothered. I spent 4 hours outside while they processing the crime scene and people burning the place down and the mob is trying to get at me. But, you know, see, that's not a bother. But me to actually do real police work is a bother. This is why they need to be retrained. There's a better way to handle this. There's a better way to have handled this. There was a better way to handle the George Floyd case. There was a better way to handle the Ahmaud Arbery case. There was a better way to handle the Breonna Taylor case. There was a better way to handle the Freddie Gray case. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Why are these police not being trained to find a better way to handle these cases? That should be part of the training. And they should have to be coming in at least once a month and be retrained. You deal with the public, so you need to know how to deal with the public. Your first thought shouldn't be, well, I can't keep the man down by myself, not even with help. The stun gun didn't help. The taser didn't help. His next step shouldn't be shoot him in the back. Now, if somebody want to explain that, please come into the chat. Because the only person that's chatting is Naya. Anybody got a problem, come in here and let me know. I'm listening.
The presence of alcohol. That's part of my investigation.
You know it's the presence.
I know.
Drinking.
I know, I can tell. That's just part of my investigation.
But like I said, if I have to park this car right here, right now,
Well, it's just a yes or no. We don't need to go back and forth about it. It's just a yes or no. But when
He said it right there. If I have to park this car and walk, because see, the danger is him driving the car to hurt other citizens. He said, if I park the car and just walk to my sister's house, why couldn't he do that? So somebody explain. Somebody explain. You didn't catch him doing a crime. The only way to arrest him is to get him to admit, I can just park the car and go to my sister's house. Nah, that ain't good enough for me. I want to lock you up. When did the cop become judge and jury? He wanted to try the man out there in the street. He could have gave that man a ticket and let him walk off. He could have made a note of this. And then if he ever hear about him being caught drunk driving, he can come, yep, I had him here this night right here too. And then you can go do that. But nah, that takes too long. You want that man to go down right now. Saw the man had a good record. That mean the man got a job because he got a nice car. I'm going to take this Negro down. Then when you find out you ain't man enough to take this Negro down, now you want to shoot him. Because your fist wasn't good enough. He's throwing you around like y'all were rag dolls. Drunk. Your fist couldn't do it. And I understand about fighting somebody intoxicated. There was a man in his 50s. And he sucker punched my boss. And everybody say that he shoot meth behind the church. He sucker punched my boss. And I jumped on him. And I mean, I was wailing. I picked him up and I suplexed him. Had him pent. He got right back up. And I just started wailing. I mean, I was just, straight punches get there. I was just throwing straight punches. And the guy we had him, it was against a plexiglass. You know how you go to a counter? And I had him pinned right there. And this guy would just absorb everything. And then he would come up and I would bump him with my stomach and I'd knock him back. And I start wailing again. I was starting to get tired of punching this guy. So I understand what the cop felt. And I picked the guy up again, and this time I slammed him. And it's like a little edge land because he had a trash can sitting there. Bent the trash can. And the guy still, I thought I had him. And my boss was holding him, had got up and was holding him too. And then the boss told me to go do something. And I looked up and the guy had got free. And I went and I tackled him through the door. And that was the edge of a curve. And when I tackled him, I made sure that I was aiming his spine, his back. I was aiming it for the edge of that curve. I wanted my full weight, my full 300 pounds. That's what I wore at the time. I wanted my full 300 pounds to land. All this guy wanted to do is get away. I drove him into the edge of that curve. And we rode around for a minute. And you know, I like the UFC. I was always a wrestler. And I had the guy around the chin. I had my legs in between his legs. And I had my weight. And I had my rings on. And I was just punching away. I mean, I was punching away. And our boss had called the police. And he come up there and he stomped the guy in the leg. Kind of like what the officer was doing with the stun gun. And the guy kept trying, every time he tried to get away, I start firing again. And then I would stop, and people was walking by, just let him go, man. Don't get him locked up. Yeah, and I just kept punching away. And finally the police came, and they had the guns drawn out, and I said, we called you. Put your gun back. But the thing is, I had other weapons on me. I could have took out the knife. I could have took out Spike. I could have took out the monkey fist. I didn't want to escalate it. Because even though I knew I was in the right, could I be setting up a lawsuit for the job? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Some people would have said, well, you had every right to stab him. He sucker punched your boss on his own property. You had every right to stab him. But why? That means I got to go to court. So we did have to go to court, and they postponed it. And we went again, and they postponed it. And then he took a plea bargain. But all the cops kept saying was, who did this? Me, you. That man struggled with us. We were trying to handcuff him. God darn it, we could barely get him in the daggone wagon. But here's the point. After I hit this guy with about 15 to 20 punches, that dude didn't feel nothing. It wasn't until that suplex that I did that took his back on the edge of the curb before he even just stopped long enough for me to jump on top of him and choke him and beat the crap out of him. Then, when the officers were trying to arrest, they couldn't get him in the car. What was the difference between me and them? I'm one person. It was four of them. What was the difference? I knew that still was a man. And what if that was me, but I want somebody to stab me But I want somebody to hit me with the spike after I already had them down. I just got to hang on to this guy till the cops get here. My boss is there. There was a guy that people were scared of in the neighborhood. He was at the bus stop. He was even looking. And my boss did the same thing that George Chauvin did. He came out and put his knee on the guy and did like this. Check this out. And I didn't like that. And I told him, get off the man. I got him. I know what I'm talking about. And we just lost 3 people. And you know what? Keep going where you're going. Because it's going to happen to you or somebody you love, and you sit there and keep letting it happen and don't do nothing. Keep putting your head in the sand. Keep putting your head in the sand. One day it's going to be somebody you love or care about. And guess what? Everybody else is going to say, hey, you shouldn't have been out there. Why was he out at night anyway, you know? Black people shouldn't go outside after 7 o'clock. It's just, you know, yeah. As soon as the sun go down, you should be in the house. Don't go in no good neighborhoods. Make sure you stay in the hood. Make sure you walk around with that smile. Y'all know that smile. How you doing there, officer? How you doing there, Ms. Johnson? Hey, Miss Katie Ann, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Laura Aggie? Yeah, everything is just great. It's gravy, yes, yeah. I understand that the vegetables I'm selling you are worth more than what you're trying to offer me. But not to have no problem, I'll just take the loss. Yes, I'll gladly take the loss. Yes, I understand. Your son, Lil Jeremy, just toilet papered my house. But I won't say nothing. I'll just take it. Yes, I understand that I work hard to get my son a nice jacket for school, and your son beat him up and took it. But I won't call the police. Just give me the coat back if you can. If you can't give it back, don't worry about it. I don't want to be no trouble to you. I just go ahead and maunder on down to the store and buy my son a new coat and hope that it don't get took. Yep, because I wanted him to go to this good school. Yep, so I'll just meander on down here. Oh, I'm at the store again. Yep, the daggone, them bad white kids, and they dang took my son's shoes. I know I just bought them 2 days ago. Yeah, well, I need another pair. But don't give me the same kind. Give me something cheap. I know they ain't gonna steal the cheap ones. Yep, this is what you gotta do. I want him to go to that good school. So I'm just gonna just put that smile on. Liz said, that's what's sad. They won't care until it happens to them or their family. Liz said, I was cooking. Sorry, I'm back. Now you got another link for us. I'm afraid to go look.
Police have just released the names of the officers involved in the shooting of Rayshard Brooks. They are officers Devin Bronson and now former officer Garrett Rolfe. Rolfe was terminated. He had been with the department for 7 years since 2013. Bronson has been placed on administrative leave. He joined the department just 2 years ago in 2018. Again, those are the officers. The one on the left is now on administrative leave. The one on the right has been terminated.
Let's watch this one too, y'all. Hey man, is this the right one? Yup, the harassment come on tonight. Oh no, that's Minnesota. That's Minnesota. Ain't it?
Chief of the Atlanta Police Department is out less than 24 hours after a deadly police shooting. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has accepted the resignation of Chief Erica Shields. It comes less than 24 hours after a deadly police shooting in Southwest Atlanta. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Hollinger.
And I'm Faith Abube. A police officer shot and killed 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks outside of a Wendy's on University Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. Happened last night around 10:30 p.m. Witnesses in the drive-thru recorded the shooting. You're taking a look at one of the videos there.
Uh-oh. It froze, didn't it? I pushed my luck, didn't I? Sure did. Hold on, y'all. Push my luck. Wait a minute. You got the technologies. Hold on. There it is. All right. Let's bring it back.
So far, thousands of people.
So let's just restart
The
that.
resignation of Chief Erica Shields. It comes less than 24 hours after a deadly police shooting in Southwest Atlanta. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Hollinger.
And I'm Faith Abube. A police officer shot and killed 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks outside of a Wendy's on University Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. Happened last night around 10:30 p.m.
Y'all can see it.
Witnesses in the drive-thru recorded the shooting. You're taking a look at one of the videos there. And so far, thousands of people are sharing the videos online, including high-profile Metro Atlanta attorney Gerald Griggs. One of the police officers shot Brooks after a struggle with the officers. Brooks got a hold of the taser and started running before that shooting. Mayor Bottoms says she reviewed that footage and then announced her decision this afternoon.
Chief Shields has offered to immediately step aside as police chief so that the city may move forward with urgency in rebuilding the trust so desperately needed throughout our communities.
And again, Atlanta Police Chief Erica Shields has resigned from her position. Mayor Bottoms says Chief Shields will remain in another role with the city of Atlanta. And Rodney Bryan has now been named interim police chief.
He has been with the police department since 1989 and also has been involved in corrections. Now, the mayor also says that she is asking for the immediate firing of the officer who fired the shot that killed Brooks. We have team coverage of this developing story tonight, including the responses from city officials, leaders, and the family of Rayshard Brooks, plus how the community and activists are reacting to all of this. Let's go first to Hope Ford. She is at City Hall with the very latest from the mayor about the police chief's resignation and the disciplinary actions for those officers involved at that Wendy's.
Yeah, that's right. Mayor Brooks says this was the third time this week that she has spent the day reviewing body camera footage. Now, she says that the video that she watched obviously shows the officers trying to arrest Rayshard Brooks, who then is tussling with the officers, and then Brooks appears to run away, or he does run away, and she says the video shows at one point that he appears to turn over his shoulder and fire the taser at one of the officers, and that is when the officer shot him. Now, I want you to listen to exactly what Mayor Bottoms said she believes after she watched that